Close your eyes and breathe. If you are a musician, think about the role your art plays in society, in ensembles, in your life. Think about how your music's role has changed throughout your lifetime. How has it changed since your instrument or style was invented? Now open your eyes. For most of Indian music history, the twin set of drums has held a simple accompaniment role, often not even earning recognition from the audience, much like the droning tanpura today. In classical and modern art, the two instruments are still often depicted together, visually relating their status. No bowing and no clapping for these musicians, and even early Indian classical recordings neglect to mention the tabla player's name. One might relate this in Western music to the way we regard a pianist's page turner, simply a role of necessity, not worthy of respect as a performer. Traditionally, scholars have believed that the instrument's invention was in the early 18th century, but as Tabla guru and University of Mumbai lecturer Anish Pradhan explains, there have been ancient pictographs of tabla throughout the entire subcontinent, dating as far back as 3000 BCE. This tabla guru argues that Amir Khusru, the music scholar and composer often credited with the invention of the instrument, merely standardized the tabla into the melodic percussion we know today. Zakir Hussain exemplifies. Regardless of the original origin of the drums, it was in this time that the new Indian music style, Khyal, began to take over as the predominant form of Indian music in both the North and the South. This style featured extensive improvisation and communication between the musicians, with some pieces often lasting over an hour. It was the combination of this long-form style of music and the developments by Amir Khusru that elevated the tabla from accompaniment status into the realm of the other improvisation instruments. In addition to their changing role in music, the drums themselves and the technique have also changed throughout history. So here we have a set of tabla. We have the bayan, the low drum, dayan, the high drum. The bayan is the more expressive of the two, typical with the bending of the pitch, while the dayan, the higher of the drum, is used more for keeping rhythm. You have the head and the resonator. The resonator of the bayan is typically made of a brass alloy, while the resonator of the dayan is wood. The rest is made of goat hide. On the outside, you have the gajara, followed by the chanti, which is the goat hide overlap, before the actual head itself, the maidan, followed by the siahi, which is the metal filament mixed with paste in the middle. The straps coming down are the body, while the tuning blocks are the gata. Typically, these would be on gedi, which are rings. These are not real gedi, just metal rings. And no set would be complete without a tuning hammer for tuning the hide into place. Syllables are attached to every rhythm. While there were originally 6 main strokes, the vocabulary has expanded to over 30. I'll cover the 6 main strokes, and we'll get to the 30 in a minute. On the high drum, there is the na on the inside of the head, the tin on the outside of the head, the tun, 3-finger stroke, on the outside, there we go, and the tete, the dead stroke. The lower drum's 2 main syllables are the ge and the ki. Ge. Notice how the wrist and slight palm of the hand always stays on the drum. Versus the ki, the dead. The tabla player's ability to contrast complex rhythms juxtaposed with simple beats is a mainstay in today's tradition. The more complicated and odd-metered the improvisation, the more exciting the return to the simple groove. Last but not least, as Indian classical music has spread in popularity across the world, it has become more socially acceptable to blend North Hindustani and South Carnatic traditions. The syllables, or baals, of tabla have combined with the Carnatic practice of kanakol, or rhythmic singing. The tabla have existed in one way or another throughout Indian classical music history and have evolved into one of the most famous solo, ensemble, and accompaniment Indian instruments in existence. The tabla are well renowned worldwide and continue to spread Indian music and culture everywhere they are heard.